Thank you so much for joining us for another edition of All Angles. I'm Dion Jackson Miller, and a very special welcome to our viewers on onespotmedia.com. A fire at a tire facility close to the Riverton City disposal site has been wreaking havoc in the corporate area. Business operators and residents have all been complaining about the smoke nuisance. We're going to be looking at the issues involved in this program, and joining us in the studio we have Senior Manager of the Environmental Management Subdivision at the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, Richard Nelson. We also have with us Legal Director of the Jamaica Environment Trust, Terry-Ann Gayo, as well as the President of the Corville Gardens Citizens Association, Valdemir Wallace. First, so here's TVJ's Vashon Brown with this report.
A raging fire at a tire facility near the Riverton City disposal site. Hundreds of tires on fire. Firefighters seen here working feverishly to put out the blaze. A section of Spanish Town Road cordoned off. The police diverting traffic. All this took place on the weekend. We went back on Tuesday. The area was being covered in an attempt to fully extinguish the blaze.
Now, the fire at this private facility close to the Riverton City disposal site has been raging for more than 24 hours. Now, based on where I'm standing, I can actually smell the smoke coming from the area. But you don't have to be this close to be impacted significantly by smoke. In fact, residents in and around the corporate area have been complaining for the past few days, and not for the first time.
Corville Gardens is one of the communities close to the Riverton area. That's where Maurice Benderson lives.
Since Saturday night, when the fire started, it has been horrible for me, for us here living in Corville Gardens. Unbearable to the point where you're not able to breathe. Being home means that you have to close all the windows, and if you have air purifiers, you have to be running the air purifiers just to be able to breathe some amount of fresh air. You're constantly inhaling toxin, and that just can't be good for anybody.
Is this the first time you're experiencing anything like this?
It's not the first time. I cannot think of a week that goes by where we're not affected by some amount of burning of tires in that vicinity, in that area.
Residents in Duane Park say they too are affected. Anikia Martel lives in that community.
I have been having a lot of headaches, coughing, sneezing, clothes, the house smell, real terrible, terrible, terrible. Up until now, you can see as around the back of the house there's smoke looking on top of the hill because we have the hill behind us.
Who are the other members of your household, and how have they been affected?
Okay, I have two sons and also my husband. None of us, before we came here, we were all okay until we come in this area for we are here for like a decade now. Sinus problems. I think everybody over by the pharmacy should have known us by now because we have to purchase like Advil like every day, Advil, cold and sinus. My son, the smallest one, is the one most affected. I was to get pump also for the thing that is happening.
You mentioned that this is not the first time you're experiencing something like this. How often do you experience this sort of smoke?
Well, I work from home, so this is like every day for me. But for the major ones, there are times when, like, when you're driving out the house, you can't see properly. You know, like it look foggy, like. And I think I have 4 major ones so far. But for me, every day, you can smell like, it's like a personal scent inside of the house because I work from home, so I'm here every day. And this causes people not to come because they say they can't manage the scent, and also I lose a lot of customers because of it.
Then there are the people who live in Riverton Meadows, a community that's very close to the Riverton City disposal site and even closer to the private tire facility. Sarah Lewis says she's had to take her children out of the community since this latest fire.
Our experience is very bad. It gives us a tremendous impact on us because it makes us feel sick, and a lot of people down here have asthmatic, some have sinus problem, so it acts up, make we have to go to the hospital. Well, me is an asthmatic person, and we have to use the pump is supposed to use 2 times per day, but now we have to use 20 times per day and more than 1 pump. It's a really, really bad experience for us all.
When they dump the light the last time, it affects with liquor, but most of the time it go up and go away. But through this is just near we, so now it affects we more. Through this near we. and so much tire shouldn't there. So over 2 million tire, they say, you know, and we call the attention of public health and government authority, and them don't do nothing about it. The last time we was taking it away to the dump and the Labour Day project, them stop it from go down there because them claim say they must move in the tire from the dump, go somewhere over Spanish Town way, and the people them wouldn't allow that. So them halt this operation here and don't move them. And it is there from that time till now. Couple years that, you know. So therefore them couldn't check for the health of the people and have the tire there. So we the citizens call upon them to do it, and them don't do nothing about it. So therefore the government to be blamed, and them don't want to take the blame.
I'm short of breath as my act up, sinus act up, eye burning. So I have to stay inside for two days and don't come out none at all.
So even when you're inside the house, do you still smell the smoke in there?
Yeah, man, it's when the smoke, the scent, because the tire, it brings out certain fumes. So the tire give you a sense, so although you're inside, you still feel like your breath has stopped. So you understand, so you have to have the fan on and have like wet things around so you can help the smoke to kind of keep down the scent.
Another Riverton Meadows resident, Ian Hines, lost his animals.
When we come out and look at my hog pen, all of it engulfed. Every one of my hog them burn. The one I'm pregnant, the young one them, everything. I lose every hog. 151 hog, none we not save out all of them. Take the fire. And we don't know what to turn right now. Right now we don't know what to do. Because I'm living that. Yeah. And we don't know who are going to help me. So that's it for me.
In Corville Gardens, complaints too about the impact of the smoke on people's health.
I know of my neighbor in particular who suffers as a result of the fire. She's asthmatic. Last year June is when it really got bad. Ever since June she has to be going to her doctor every single month for asthmatic pumps and for other medications. She have to find means and ways of surviving. They have gone to the point of wetting towels to cover the windows, the door jambs, just for her to be able to breathe. When the fire started Saturday rather, and going into Sunday, she had to be taking her asthma pump every half an hour just for her to be able to breathe, so that she would not have become hospitalized.
Mr. Benderson says he's contacted several agencies about the problem, but nothing has been done.
When you call some of these state agencies, you get the runaround. It's not my fault, it wasn't me, it's not our responsibility. And as a Jamaican citizen, you really wonder who is responsible. It can't be that we just sit by and allow for this thing to get out of hand to the point where lives are lost or people are affected. People's family, children are affected. This burning has been going on for God knows how long now. And for persons to be inhaling these sort of poisonous toxin must have some long-term repercussions. And we would love for the authorities to do something about it.
I am looking somewhere ASAP to leave Duane Park, and I think other persons may, because they don't get the opportunity to talk, but I am right now looking somewhere.
You want to leave because of this particular issue?
Because of the smoke. I am sick and tired of it. Sick. When I tell you sick and tired of it.
The Chief Executive Officer of the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, Audley Gordon, was at pains to point out that the fire was not on the dump site.
The fire at this time is on Portland Road, which is just after you enter the community from the Spanish Town Road. We are now at the disposal site at Riverton, where, as you can see, it is quite calm over here. We have trucks going in and out with regularity.
But that's little comfort for the people coughing and choking on smoke.
It doesn't make a difference, and I figure more or less because they are not coming here and they are not even driving past there, so it is not affecting them, so I don't think it makes any sense.
We understand that the dump is not on fire, but I still feel that they have a responsibility as it relates to the disposal of solid waste management. having tires stored the way how they're stored, and if there are no regulations, and people just do whatever it is that they want to do. And we understand that people want to make a living, but it should not be that people making a living at the detriment of somebody's health. And I believe that they have a responsibility to play as it relates to regulating these persons who have tires over that area.
Kingston's Mayor Delroy Williams also weighed in on the burning of tires and other materials close to the Riverton City disposal site.
It's a health hazard, and we cannot continue to expose our citizens or residents of Kingston and St. Andrew to the contaminants emanating from the burning of tires. There are serious contaminants that come from the burning of tires that remain in the environment for long periods of time. Some of these substances get into the food chain and remain in the food chain for long periods of time and harmful to the health of our residents.
For the residents, it is time to find a permanent fix to the problem.
Them need to get somewhere to store those tires. Those tires can't just linger in the community. People are always burn tires. You can have a mosquito and all of those stuff. So I think them should prepare or get somewhere. They have to do something about it. It can't be like that.
The institution that is responsible for down there, they could like get it in order with no tire burning. I think they should have places where they could dispose of that, where there's no persons around. You have a lot of land out in the country where they could do all of those things, where nobody living there, they could do that. So I think the persons who are involved or who is in charge should get that sorted out.
Vashon Brown for All Angles.
Wow, thank you so much, Vashon. And we did invite the National Solid Waste Management Authority to join us on this program. We were told that neither the executive director, the chairman, nor the legal director was available. Remember, you can message us. You can text us 8953-999, 8953-999. Give us your first name. Give us your location. Tweet me as well, DJ Miller JA. Our hashtag is TVJ All Angles. We'll soon come.